All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. I'm your host, Dustin Singer Ecker Lewis. Sometimes we sing, sometimes we feel all the reality TV tea, but it's always going to be what you want and it's always going to be what you need. And I'm coming at y'all with a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review. I know I'm a little late, but listen, charge it to my head and not my heart. But it is season 14, episode 5. Season 14, episode 5. One thing I would give Beverly Hills, I would say right now, Salt Lake City is really good. I'm just not reviewing Salt Lake City. I should have, but I'm not reviewing Salt Lake City because I just don't want to add any more to my plate. But Beverly Hills is good this season. You gotta give it to them. Everybody is doing their thing on this season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It is top tier good. So I'm loving this season. I hope y'all are loving it just as much as me. If I had to rate it, it's gonna be 10. It's a 10. Like it's a 10. From start to finish, this episode was amazing. It's giving us everything that we need when it comes to this season. Oh, I thought something was on my shirt. It's giving us everything that we need. So I'm loving it. I'm loving this season. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Episode. It opens up with Garcelle talking about her movie, and I will say, if I have to knock like a couple of points, it'll be I wish we saw more of that. Which, on the other hand, though, there's only so much that you can see because it's not like she's filming a movie like for Bravo that's done by Bravo, produced by Bravo. She's doing something for someone else, so I can see how you can't show too much because it's through a whole different company. So I get that aspect, but it would be nice to see more of that, especially with her getting that producer credit. I love to see that. So shout out to Garcelle for doing her big thing with those movies. After that, we swing it over to Dorit. Dorit, y'all, it is such an amazing thing to be able, like for kids and stuff, like we were able to see her kids when they were small to like this point now. And even like all of them, Kyle's kids, Garcelle's kids, we were able to see those kids when they were like essentially like babies. And then now we're getting to see them grow up. And for them to be able to have that documentation of their lives, that's an amazing experience. And I hope that they understand, even though it might be annoying at times, I hope they understand just how amazing of an experience that is that a lot of people don't have. They don't have documentation of their life like that. So that's an amazing experience. And it's so good to see those kids grow up and seeing Dorit do her mommy thing. It's really, really dope. So um Erica's looking at rooms in her house, and Erica was like, "Child, hold on, I ain't trying to be broke." Erica's like, "Listen, I don't have money struggles. I ain't trying to over budget, but it is good to see Erica putting money into her home and making her house a home. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we get later on. Child, I'm just over here messing with my eyes and stuff. Child, we just talk. We just over here talking hell. Um, but after we leave Erica's house, we head over to Jennifer. Y'all, Jennifer is a damn hoot. I love her energy, what she brings. She's so different. I really, really enjoy her and what she brings to the show. Her and Kathy are the comedic relief that we need. When Jennifer told the man, "Hey, can you fix Tiffany a little glass of wine?" And I think Marissa put a little water. She's like, "No, she has wine too." First of all, now, Jennifer, if you look over and that wine is gone, babe, I need you to get on up out the house. That is some scary shit, girl. That is scary shit. We do not do that. But it's really funny to see her interacting with the dog. But I ain't gonna lie, girl, I couldn't go around there. I would not go around there. You rich and everything, but we'll have to go to your house that you live in. Because this play house and the house that you got the ghosts and shit in that don't like you being there, I can't go to none of them. Don't invite me to none of them houses because I don't want to be there. So Kyle shows up to Jennifer's house and she got the man acting like he her butler. That shit was hilarious. It was just funny and cute. It was funny and really, really cute. And it was just nice to see her talk about her riches. This is what we love about Housewives. Let's talk about this, right? The thing that I think that catches our eye when it comes to the Real Housewives of wherever they're from, the thing that catches us the most when it comes to that is they are typically doing things that the average person can't do on a daily. Like the things that they do on a daily is super extravagant to the average person. That's why sometimes when they bring on someone, and it kind of depends. Sometimes we love someone that's average, sometimes we don't. But I think the overall thing is when we think of these housewives, we think of opulence, we think of elegance, we think of elevation. That's what she's given us, right? but she's given us that, but it's still familiar and it's still normal. So it's really really good. It's good energy and it's nice to see her on the show. So her and Kyle are catching up. And then Sutton shows up to the house as well, and they start talking. And Kyle is inviting them over to her denim and diamonds event. Now later on, when we get to the thing, it wasn't giving me denim and diamonds. I'll talk about what it was giving me. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but it wasn't giving me denim and diamonds for this particular event. Cute event. Some of the ladies were giving me denim and diamonds, but some of them were not. Give me that. Um, didn't Candace Dilla Bassett on Real Housewives of Potomac do a denim and diamonds like engagement party or something? I feel like someone's done denim and diamonds, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like every show has done some sort of cow something. I feel like maybe Potomac hasn't, but I know Married to Medicine has. I know Beverlyhills has. I feel like another show has done some cow, something cow related. Cowboy, cowgirl, Beyonce Cowboy Carter makes you listen to it. Hope she win all the Grammys, but that's what it is giving me. So as they are sitting here and they chatting, they start talking about Dorit. Now Kyle is saying that she feels like her and Dorit are in a better place. On the other hand, Sutton, to be real, you and Dorit really wasn't in a good place. You extended the olive branch, but then you did a little too much when you were talking about it. Now, Kyle and Dorit had a breakthrough, and you, Sutton, and Dorit had a breakup because you was up here uplifting the lady earlier, and then now you tearing the lady down. You can't do that. So, Sutton, you really got to work on that. So as they're having this conversation, we get flued over to Erica going over to Dorit's house. Super cute. Erica, like the way she was interacting with the kid, if I was a kid, I'd be scared as hell of Erica. I don't know what it is. Like I like Erica personally, but I just look at like for kids, like I don't know, she just seems like she gives villain energy to little to if I was a kid, like I'd be like, what the hell? Um but she's not like she's really really sweet. It's just sometimes she just comes off like super like cold, and for kids that can sometimes be a little scary, child, a little standoffish. But anyway, so as they're talking about it, Erica's saying that she knows that Dorit is going through a lot. She's sure that Dorit is overwhelmed. And Dorit is talking about it too. She's overwhelmed. She feels like she just listen, the lady is trying to swim. She's trying to keep her head above water. And she probably feels like she's sinking. And I can see that because she's getting it on every facet of her life. She's getting it in her marriage. She's getting it with her friend groups. And she doesn't feel like she's truly being supported. And they start having a conversation about how they really like Bose and how Bose and her daughter went on a trip right after, like she went on a trip right after this trip, and then when she gets back, she's coming to Kyle's event. So really, really, really cool. To see Bose do her big one. I really love Bose. Like Bose is that girl. Love Bose. Um, so they start talking about Sutton. They start talking about Sutton and the argument and the sprinter, and we were going back and forth when it comes to this. We were going back and forth as far as like the two conversations. Sutton feels a certain way about it. Erica and Dorit feel away. I will say this, Sutton, your message couldn't be heard because of your delivery. Your message we can understand. The way that you delivered that message was so often so wrong that we couldn't receive it. And I think we as a viewers we received it because shit we love when y'all we going toe to toe. But for her, she couldn't receive it in that moment because it was just like, girl, what's going on with you? First of all, y'all already know I said she was pouring up that good vodka baby in that orange juice too early in the morning. She stirred it up and she got it started in that damn sprinter. Sudden knew what she was doing. But I love when Erica was just like, listen, I said Erica was the thing I love about Erica is that she is standing on what she is. She mean what she say, and she's standing firm on it. I said this because I didn't recant you saying that. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like, and I get where she's coming from. Like, I wasn't trying to be messy. I think that she would say it in the she said it to Dorit right then. And even Dorit was like, no, I don't think you've been messing you. Erica just being Erica. Versus Sutton, you doing too much. And we'll talk more about the whole Sutton thing and what Sutton is doing this season. And I'm agreeing with a lot of the ladies in regards to Sutton. Sutton is gonna have to change her approach with a lot of the things that she does. Um, and I just don't hear a child. I'm scared as hell of Jennifer House child, but we already talked about that just naturally because her house is scary as hell. I don't know, girl. I cannot go around there. Now, we pick up after that, we see Garcelle invite Sutton over to her house, and she said, "Baby, bring a U-Haul and bring that man over here to help me move some of this shit out my house because we going over to the what? To the beach house." Garcelle, that's what I am talking about. Baby, Garcelle got that beach house. Listen, when you first bought it, we were like, "Ooh, girl, what's going on here?" But you tore it down and you made something amazing. Shout out to Garcelle for doing it on her own. You did that, girl. You did that. The house is gorgeous. It is stunning. Shout out to you. And thank you for making Sutton rent that U-Haul, baby. That's how you do it. You get your friends to rent the U-Haul so you don't get the expenses for it. But Sutton was messy as hell too when she put that man business out there about him being on Ozempic. Sutton, you have to tell the whole wide world that. Because now the people gonna be judging him, judging how much weight he did lose, where did he start, where's he at now. See, Sutton, you should have put that out there. Because now I'm gonna have to go and do some research. Now, shout out to the Ozempic girls. If you on Ozempic, baby, on the skinny teas, on all of that week over, shout out to y'all. Do your big one. Listen, that medicine is there to help, baby. Y'all use it up. But Garcelle, your home looks amazing. I love it. Now, it was funny seeing them move stuff, but once they get to the house, right, we're gonna fast forward. They get to the beach house, and they were talking about their kids and how they are doing it for their children. And Sutton it was a touching moment when she had her green screen, and she got emotional talking about like where Garcelle started versus where Garcelle is now. And Garcelle, we couldn't be more proud of you. We love you on this show. You are giving us something different. I remember when they first introduced you to this show, I was super excited to have you because we listen, especially for the Black community. We love us some Garcelle Beauvais, especially from the Jamie Foxx. So it's fancy. She will always be fancy to us. So Garcelle, we love you. We appreciate you. We love your messy ass because you get this started, and we're gonna talk about it here. So we start talking about like what is happening as far as the dynamics in the group, like how those dynamics are shifting. And I do like Garcelle and Sutton's friendship. They do have a really, really good friendship. I do love to see that. You have the friendships in groups. It seems like Erica and Dorit have their friendship. Sutton and Garcelle have their friendship. Bose is like a friend to all, but she's super close to Dorit and Erica. Kyle Kyle is kind of a floater, right? Um, but yeah, that's the dynamics are really shifting in this group, and they're going to have to fix some of these dynamics and how they are approaching the situations. Now, when they start talking about, which I don't really know where this came from, but they started talking about Dorit's house being broken into, and Garcelle says she doesn't believe that Dorit has something to do with it, but she feels like someone does. I'm gonna say this because I've seen some little scatterbutt about this online. Garcelle is just saying what a lot of people are already thinking. Let's put it out there. She is already saying what a lot of people are thinking. A lot of people do feel like the situation was just extremely odd. Like, oh, well, I'm just going to leave your cell phone on the gate. Come out here and get it in 30 minutes. Like, robbers don't typically do that. If anything, they're going to break the phone. They're not going to tell you, hey, you can call the police in 30 minutes. Like, that just seemed a little odd. But hey, I don't know. I don't know. We don't know. We weren't there, but it does seem a bit odd. But it did happen to Dorit. Whether she knew about it or not, it was something that was it bothered her. It bothered her. So I'm with them. I don't think that Dorit had anything to do with that, but the situation did seem a bit odd. I will say that. So yeah, we'll leave that there. So after their conversation, we switch over to Erica back at Erica's home or her house, and her therapist comes over. She invites the therapist over, and they start having a conversation just about the different dynamics, what she's wanting to achieve with her new house, and just kind of where she is. This therapist, she looks familiar. I feel like she was on I think she does the celebrity boot camp or something like that. Maybe. I've seen her before. But I think she's a therapist to the star. So shout out to her. Um, but Erica talks about wanting to turn her house into a home essentially. And Erica, it is time. It's time for you to do that. But Erica has been in the fight for her life for a couple of years, and Erica is trying to get back on her feet. Like even how Erica started out with like the how opulent she was versus to now. We've seen a little shift there. She still looks good, but Erica don't put on like she used to put on, right? But she still looks phenomenal. She still looks amazing. Um, we love Erica. I think Erica's a great addition to the show. Don't want to see her go anywhere because I love me some Erica. But in Erica, I understand it was a hard time for you because you had paparazzi sitting outside your house. You just felt imprisoned in your home, and it is good to see you finally want to step out there and then create that. Um, so Erica starts talking about her dynamics with the women with her therapist, and she talks about how Sutton has a personality disorder, how she feels that way, and how Sutton's personality is not consistent. Depending on what happens with Sutton, Sutton feels left out, and Sutton will start to lash out on the women, and that can be triggering for Erica. 100% understand that. Sutton, and when Erica said that, I was like, it makes so much sense. Sutton does have an issue with feeling like she's left out of things, and that is something for Sutton to unpack. Sutton needs to unpack that. But then when Erica and her therapist start talking about her, basically Sutton showing up for Kyle and throwing a pizza party, but Erica's like, well, where was my pizza party? This is where I have to say that therapist, and y'all, this was one of those, the therapist was not sugarcoating things for Erica, or she wasn't like pacifying her. She was saying, well, Erica, also, you weren't in the place for these women to give you a pizza party because you were battling your divorce. It was messy, it was nasty, and you didn't help in that. And when she said that you didn't help in that, it was like, this is a type of therapy that people need. Because when you are giving people, and this is something in life, y'all, we could be, and don't get me wrong, I think that people should always go and seek someone professionally for help. This is a dynamic that you should have with your friend groups as well. If there is a situation, if you are a true friend to somebody, you are not going to always agree. You are not going to always get along. But you know, as your friend, that I want and I mean the best for you. I'm not trying to tear you down. I should be able to give you advice and pour into you. And sometimes you're not going to like the things that I'm saying, but I am trying to support you in that. That's a good friend and that's a good therapist. So I appreciate her for saying that, to putting that out to Erica to let her know, like, hey, yeah, these women had issues with you, but you were also a cause of that. So maybe when you do get in this place and you start to renovate your house, then we can have that pizza party. And so the pizza party is just symbolic of, now these women can gather around you. Now these women can support you. Now these women can uplift you because you're in a place to allow them to do so. That's what that pizza party represents. So I really, really like that session. And the therapist said, and I will be on standby, baby, if you need me. So that shit was good as hell. But that was great. Love that. Love, love, love that. Um, so then we switch over. We see Kyle is having this party. And I was like, When the mini pony jumped out, I said, ooh, LVP here? I was like, look at Kyle renting the mini ponies from LVP. That's Lisa Vanderpump for the girls who don't know. So Kyle is throwing this party. Now, in my notes, I have here Kyle is throwing this Western party because I know she said denim and diamonds, but it was really giving me like Western saloon type of vibes. It didn't give me denim and diamonds. It looked good, but it really wasn't giving that. It was really giving me lesbian vibes. It was giving, especially when she stepped out in that leather and she had them guns out. Kyle, you were giving me real lesbian tease, and I love it. I love that. I'm not saying that she is. I'm not saying that she isn't because I don't know. Now, the people have said that they have seen her out and about with Megan. Not Megan Thee Stallion. I know y'all thought Megan Thee Stallion was there because of the party and the mini horse. Now, Megan, the full-grown stallion, baby, she was over there with Megan, you know, the lady that they say, child, we're just going to leave it there. But Kyle, the party looked good, but it wasn't giving me denim and diamonds. Hell, you had on leather. Anyway, but yeah, so whatever. But this is your first lesbian. I mean, this is your first kickback since you've been with Mauricio, and it's good to see that. Cool beans, cool, cool, cool. So Camille shows up. Camille showing up in that conversation, it was really weird because it's like they had a convo, but they didn't really. It was more so of like the confessional and Kyle talking about the situation a little bit and like how their situations were different. I thought that part was a little odd, but whatever. So Jennifer pulls up with Sutton and Sutton's daughter, and everybody starts to trickle in. And I just had to say, love. Jennifer said, listen, when it comes to a party, don't ask me what the attire is because I'm going to do what I do. Jennifer said, I'm going to come in and I'm going to be what I be. I'm going to do who I do. And it is what it is. And that's on that. Period, honey. But I love that. But the ladies look good. Dorit, baby, that Gucci did that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And you said it wasn't tailored to you. That was fit to perfection. That was I really feel like you got that, Taylor, but whatever. It fit like a glove. It was beautiful. Love that. You did that. You looked amazing. Bose had on her Ivy Park. She was killing in her Ivy Park. She looked good. So, um, everybody looked good. Everybody looked good. Everybody's at the party. We saw glimpses of Kathy, but she really wasn't like in the group situation. I think she was doing her own thing. Um, Bose, not Bose. Garcelle goes to get a tattoo. So Garcelle's getting a tattoo, and she kept saying, "My favorite number is 1111." And I was like, why is she saying it like that? And then there was like 1111 because she got an 1111 tattoo, but she said my favorite numbers are 1111. And I don't know why that just was, it was, y'all, it was irritating me because I was like, why are you saying this like this? But cool, say it however you want. It's your favorite number. It's your thing. It ain't mine. But as she's getting her tattoo, and the tattoo artist was fine as hell, her and Sutton are having a conversation. And she says, hey, Sutton, girl, come here. I need to spill this tea real quick. She tells Sutton that Kyle told her, playing telephone, baby. Kyle told her that PK be texting her and they still be talking. And Sutton was like, well, yeah, she told me, I think Dorit knows or Dorit is aware, whatever. And I'm with Garcelle on this. I wouldn't be okay with that. Why are you texting? Like, why are you texting him? It would be different if she was still there for Dorit for support and she was trying to support him in the same token. Even still, then it's weird. Like, it's just really, really weird. I can understand it because all four of them were really friends, but I feel like Kyle would have an issue if Dorit were to reach out to Mauricio. And I feel like if the roles were reversed, Kyle would have a big issue with it. So I feel like Kyle, it is a little weird. It is uncomfortable. I have to agree with Garcelle. I would have an issue with that. I don't think it's cool, especially because you and Dorit are not on a good foot right now. So I think that you should stop texting him and you should support her because you aren't supporting her right now. You're supporting him, and it's a bit odd. But there could be some reasons as to why. I feel like Kyle is doing it just to kind of just be messy and stir the pot, but whatever. So Bose, Erica, and Sutton are sitting down, and Bose is like, you know what? Let's just bring all the ladies over here. And as Jennifer is like, talking about her necklace, Sutton just cuts her off, and it was just like, well, I'm just gonna get into it. Sutton, you're doing too much. Like Sutton, I don't know what it is. Sutton is giving me, she is struggling to be the main character of her whole scripted life, and you are not coming off the way that you think you are coming off. I have to agree with Erica. I have to agree with Dorit. You are coming off so combative, and like this energy is just so nasty, and it's passive aggressive. And Dorit, you were passive aggressive with some of it as well when you were talking to Camille. We'll talk about that. But Sutton, you have to just take a step back. Like, I don't understand how you are approaching her that way. You were screaming at her. Then she was like, listen, I can't, I'm not in the place right now. The girl is already hurting. Don't beat her when she's down. And I'm with Bose. When you were sitting there having that conversation, Bose was like, don't weaponize what she's going through. You're like, I'm not weaponizing it. You are. You are weaponizing what she's going through. You know that she's going through something. Sometimes you know somebody's going through something. Don't pile on. You're piling on to the girl's trouble. And we all know that Dorit needs to shut up. Everybody knows that. Ain't nobody gonna deny it. Dorit knows it. Just like Erica saying, we all know that she do. She ain't gonna change. None of y'all are going to change. So just back off of her for a little bit. So I have to agree. Now, when Sutton went low. She went really, really, really low. And everybody was kind of like, yo, come on now. That ain't cool. And Dorit said she's not in the place. Bose, chimed in and she said what she said on that as well. Now, when Camille chimes in and Dorit called her a see you next Tuesday, baby, Dorit, you were being passive aggressive in that moment, and I understand that. I feel like Camille wanted her. Yeah, I feel like she wanted her moment too. But baby, like, Dorit, like, yeah, Dorit's definitely going through it. But Dorit meant every word she said. I meant it as a joke earlier, but now I'm standing on it. I know that's right, Dorit. Dorit said, "I'm standing on it. I ain't changing, baby." I know that's right. Now when Camille was trying to explain her piece, and she was like, "And you were with she was like, "Oh, child, you blonde hair." She and she was like, "Erica." And Erica confessional, and she called her, "See you next Tuesday." Baby, it was so good. When that lady had forgot Erica's name, I fell out. It was so funny. Oh my God, that was funny. But the biggest thing with this, and it comes to this woman, and Kyle and Garcelle were saying this because it seems like everybody is kind of trying to weaponize what they're going through, and it's just like, well, I was going through this as well. I was going through this, and nobody showed up for me. It's not a competition, y'all. Everybody is allowed to go through something, and just because you went through something, that doesn't mean it's about having empathy. Having empathy is being able to share and drive that connection between you and another person. And y'all are not doing that. Y'all are just, yeah, you went through that, but I went through it too. What you went through and that has nothing to do with what I'm going through. Yes, the situations could be similar, but they are not the same because we are not the same people. Um, so I feel like all of them as a whole, that is something that they can work on. They can work on how they communicate in this group and understanding and knowing just because you went through something, that doesn't mean that I have to handle it or do it the same way because we are not the same. So that's where the episode ended. And I feel like next week is going to be good again because I think that the PK, Kyle, and Dorit thing is going to come to a head. But y'all, that is the review. I'm really excited for next week. And next week is a holiday, so I might try to drop some things earlier than what I did this week. We had a lot going on this week. But if you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. If you're returning, thank you so much, family. Don't forget to share, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell button, and come back more for all of the Singing the Tea information. See y'all next time.